Hey everybody, Lord Tremendous here. Another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle, number 227. It is I, Lord Tremendous of the Undead Legion, versus Vince Ventrella of the Skaven. This is our game 2 of his YouTuber world travel, basically run around and smash all the YouTubers thing. It was an alpha thing he was doing. He was trying to establish dominance, and well, you get to see how well he did. This is another great game full of beautiful models, and yeah, you guys are gonna love it. If not, what is wrong with you? But sit back, relax, and get ready to see how this one goes.
Assemble the army!
Here's my list, and it's pretty much the same from the last one. I still have my Tomb King, Lord Tremendous. He's got a shield. He's got the Sword of Antiheroes, Armor of Destiny, Dragonbane Gem, and the other Trickster Shard. I also have a Master Necromancer, Queen Elizabeth, who's a level 4 wizard with the Staff of Sorcery, Seed of Rebirth, and the Lore of Vampires. My hero choices are a Vampire, Dark Vincent, who's a level 2 wizard with a Coven Throne, Heavy Armor, Great Weapon, Charm Shield, Talisman of Preservation, Beguile, Quick Blood, and the Lore of Death. I also have a Karn Wraith, Sinister Jeffrey, and a Lich Priest, Tardum Fune, who's a level 1 wizard with a Dispel Scroll, Iron Curse Icon, and the Lore of Light. My core choices are 5 Dire Wolves, 5 Skeleton Horsemen Archers with a banner, 5 more Skeleton Horsemen Archers, known as the Cannon Plugs, for what they did to the Skaven Cannon a couple games ago, with a banner, 58 Skeleton Warriors, the Bloodslakers, with full command hand weapon shield, and 13 Skeleton Archers, the Wizard's Guard, with full command. My special choices are 10 Black Knights, Tarnished Valor, with full command Barded Lances and Banner Swiftness, 1 Spirit Host, the Whispers of Pain, and my Chimerian War Sphinx,
Kitty!
with Fiery Roar. My rare choice, of course, is my Casket of Souls, or the Ultra Tremendous. Here's Vince's list, and I was actually able to get it from him. I had got a couple emails from him, so I also have the list for his third army that I play against, which is a secret. You can't know yet. But his general/lord was a Grey Seer, who was a level 4 wizard. He had 1 Warpstone token, if I remember correct, a Power Scroll, and a Talisman of Preservation. Also, I may have a few things wrong. When Vince sent this to me, it was in like a text, a .txt file format, and so it was kind of hard to read. I think I got it all right, but if there's anything wrong or illegal, that doesn't mean Vince did anything wrong. I might have just misread or misunderstood the text, so just throwing that out there. He also had a Warlord with a shield on a War Litter with the Armor of Destiny, Potion of Strength, and the Sword of Antiheroes. His hero choices were a Chieftain, who was his BSB, with a halberd and a shield. He had a Charm Shield, apparently, as well. I don't know. Like I said, I may have read the text stuff wrong. I know that's an illegal kit out, so yeah, but whatever. An Iron Curse Icon and the Talisman of Endurance. He had a Warlock Engineer who was a level 1 wizard with a Dispel Scroll, another Warlock Engineer with a Doom Rocket, and a Warlock Engineer who was a level 1 wizard with a Brass Orb. His core choices were 2 units of 5 Giant Rats with a Packmaster, 1 unit of 51 Skaven Slaves with Musician, Champion, and Shields, and then another unit of 50 Skaven Slaves with Musician and a Unit Champion. 39 Storm Vermin with full command, Razor Standard, and a Warp Fire Thrower weapons team. His special units were 2 units of 9 Gutter Runners, and his rare choices were a Doom Wheel, a Hell Pit Abomination, and 2 Warp Lightning Cannons. Real quick though, before we begin, you've got to see this. And you're welcome. Here are my spells, which are exactly what you're looking at. And here's deployment. For the most part, I know Skaven. I just got to get locked in. I know the slaves are coming. I know I got to get through them really, really fast before he can shoot at me until his little heart's content. I know I've got a bunch of storm vermin to deal with, and to be honest with you, I was just gonna go for it. There's no purpose in trying to hide anything because I know all of his stuff is coming. I know all of his stuff can shoot through terrain. It doesn't matter about line of sight. Just all day, every day, no problem. So I went for it. I moved my Black Knights and my Coven Throne near the impassable terrain because I knew they could get around it. I moved some scouts over by the Doom Wheel, so we had to shoot at them as opposed to anything else important. I mean, there was a rat pack right near him, and he did have some scouts over there, so hopefully I could arrange it so that the scouts or the rat dart were the only things close enough or closest to him anyway for him to shoot at. That was the hope anyway. I didn't know how it was going to go. So just in case I had my scouts over there, one to deal with the skirmishers, two to deal with the doom wheel. That was the hope anyway. I was hoping that my casket would do some stuff to the skirmishers and the doom wheel before they killed it. But yeah, other than that, everything else I have is ranked up over to my left flank there, just getting ready to kill as many rats as they possibly can before the warp fire cannons have their way with them. Here's Vince's right flank, which consists of his Hell Pit Abomination, a pack rat unit, and a unit of Skaven slaves. And here's his center, which consists of 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, his Storm Vermin with his BSB, I think 2 of the Warlock Engineers, his Warlord, and his Grayseer and stuff. Basically all but like 1 character is in there. And then on the right there is another unit of Skaven slaves with a Warlock Engineer. That is the one with the brass orb, just in case you were wondering. And here's his left flank, which consists of my scouts, his Doom Wheel, and his other unit of pack rats. Or giant rats, or whatever the hell they are. Here's my right flank, which consists of his 2 units of gutter runners. And here's my center. From right to left, there's my casket, my scouts, my skeleton warriors with General and Karnwraith installed. I have my dogs, my war kitty, my black knights, my archers with both my wizards installed. Well, my 2 other wizards installed. And my left flank, which consists of my Coven Throne and my Spirit Host. Here's top of 1 after movement, and I went first, which was nice, actually. Basically, my scouts moved in to get in the way of the gutter runners because I didn't want him to charge into my casket or anything like that. Since he went to the bottom of 1, he could have charged. It would have been a semi-hard charge, but I think Skaven are like movement 5 or 6, so he easily could have made that one. I was a little nervous, so I moved my scouts in a way to just buy me some time. And other than that, pretty much everything moves forward. I'm close enough to my general that a lot of my stuff can march, so I moved up as far as I could. There was really no other rhyme or reason to it. During the magic phase, I get Net of Amniok off on his, what's called Storm Vermin, and that was so that, I had a little bit of a traffic jam, maybe even keep them out of range of some of his spells, and when he wants to cast, he has to take a strength test, so there was a chance he was going to fail, and that would have been awesome. Also during the magic phase, and this is amazing, my casket barks at his doom wheel, kills it, barks at the pack rats, kills all but 1 rat, kills the pack master, kills all but 1 rat, and then it doesn't have any other targets. But unbelievably good shot by the casket, and I'm very pleased. And then just because they're really out of range to do anything else, my scouts shoot at the 1 remaining rat and kill it, because why not? Then then with all that said and done, I'm sorry, we go over here to bottom of 1 after movement, and there's a little bit. He sends his abomination to his right flank, our left flank, just to kind of bounce off the board edge, not go off, just because he didn't want to send it anywhere close where I could get a charge off on it. His slaves come up a little bit. I think his storm vermin try to move and fail their strength check and like 2 die. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens. His 1 remaining dart starts to move in front of the kitty to try to block, and his gutter runners move over. 1 charge my unit of scouts and easily make it. The other 1 run over to the side to throw some stuff at my casket. That's about it. Real quick, because I can, this model was too cool not to get a close-up picture of. You're welcome. Over here, I'm not sure if it was during the magic or the shooting phase. I can't remember. I think it was shooting. I think a Warp Lightning Cannon or something puts a beautiful thing right on top of the dogs and kills 3 of them, which, it's okay. That's what dogs are for. And then we go into combat. In the magic phase, I believe his Gracier tried to cast and failed with the strength test. So I think the unit took another like 1 or 2 wounds, and his Gracier couldn't cast. So Net of Amniak is already pretty much paid for itself, which I'm very pleased about. Then in combat over here, of course, he is able to win this combat, but I have 1 scout left after all is said and done, which is kind of nice. I think maybe I killed a Gutter Runner too, which is kind of exciting. Nothing else going on at bottom 1. We go over here to top of 2 after movement, and there's some. I send my Coven Throne into the slaves premature. I just got excited. It was stupid. I tried to send my Black Knights into the, what's it called? Into the Storm Vermin just to start trying to kill them and maybe get lucky, but I failed to charge. The kitty charged, I believe, the pack rats. They fled, which was fine, and then I sent the kitty after the Skaven slaves, redirected, and failed that charge. I think my scouts on the right flank there, they moved over to try to shoot at the Gutter Runners to try to save them a little bit. And my Spirit Host moved up 6 inches to try to get a hold of the Hell Pit Abomination, or maybe block him a little bit. Other than that, my Warriors and my Archers moved up as far as they could to try to stay relevant, and my dogs moved up to try to get the Skaven slaves out of the way. That was it. There's a better picture of my Coven Throne going into the slaves, and that was a mistake. I was overly eager to get him in the combat, and I shouldn't have. Over here, my kitty fails a charge after redirecting, and the Black Knights fail a charge altogether. During the magic phase, I'm able to get, reroll wounds off on the Coven Throne, which I immediately forget about. And in combat, due to piss poor rolls and some really amazing parry saves, the Skaven slaves only lose like 4 models. They don't do anything back, but yeah, charge and 4 wounds to 3 ranks and a banner. I win by 1, they're steadfast, and they don't go anywhere. Then over here in combat, his Gutter Runners are able to finish off my scout. No problem. So with that fun said and done, we go over here to bottom of 2 after movement, and the Gutter Runners, fresh off a victory, slam into my Coven Throne. Why wouldn't they? I'm sorry, not Coven Throne, Casket of Souls. The other unit of Gutter Runners that I haven't really bothered with a whole lot yet, move up around the impassable terrain to start shooting at the kitty and the other stuff. And that's it, really. His Hell Pit Abomination tries to charge my Coven Throne, and he rolls like a 4, so it doesn't hit. But it's going to hit next turn unless he rolls, like 3 1s, which I just don't think my luck is that good. His slaves do charge into my dogs, and they have to stand, and they get hit no problem. And his little Warlock Engineer runs over and gets ready to kill my kitty because he's probably got the brass orb. I knew he probably did. That's why I wanted to redirect into them. Unfortunately, the kitty didn't make his charge, and it was a really simple charge. I think I needed an 8 to hit him, and I couldn't roll an 8, which is too bad. So yeah, my one hope is to either roll a 1 or 7. I don't even know. It was bad. There's a better picture of his Gutter Runner slamming into my casket, and that's going to suck. And during his magic phase, he gets Death Frenzy off on his slaves. I could have stopped it, but I was like, oh, okay, so you got extra attacks. Have fun. During the shooting phase, his Gutter Runners put 3 wounds through on the kitty. I mean, he needed 6s. He didn't get poison on him. He rolled 3 6s to wound. It was amazing. Can't fault a guy for rolling well, though. I didn't make any saves either. And then his cannons open fire on my skeleton warriors and kill 16 of them. 2 of the best shots from Warp Lightning cannons I've ever seen. Both at strength 8 too, I believe. So it was something else. Then I'm not 100% what does it. Maybe the Warp Fire team. I can't remember exactly what happens here. But he kills another 4 skeletons with something. And yeah, that's really bad. My skeleton warriors are falling faster than slaves, which is really, really bad. And then he fires his Doom Rocket into my unit of Black Knights, direct hits, and kills 4 of them, which, again, is something else. Vince is a good shot. Over here in combat, even with Death Frenzy, it goes very, very poorly for him, but it also goes very, very poorly for me. I kill a boatload of his Skaven slaves because I actually remember I have reroll wounds. However, my vampire dies. He's got a 4-up armor and a 4-up ward. I just couldn't roll him, and the 2 wounds got put on him, and he died like a punk. But you know what? That's fine. That's why I went with the baby vampire instead of a big vampire, because whatever on the Coven Throne really is just there to bring the Coven Throne into the army. So the vampire is dead. I couldn't care less. I win this combat. They're steadfast. They don't go anywhere. Then we go over here into this combat, and the casket explodes. Which is too bad, because when it explodes, it fails to hit anything. I roll no 4s for any of the units within 12 inches, so he just got a free casket, and well played, sir. Well played. Then over here in combat, he's able to destroy my dogs, no problem. I don't even think the dogs get a shot. I really don't, so that's sad. Then over here, we go over here to top of 3 after movement, and my Black Knights charged a little, what's it called, Warlock Engineer. And I'm sorry, that Warlock Engineer did not have the Brass Orb. He had to Doom Rocket. The one that's in the Slays has the Brass Orb, which my kitty just tried to charge again and failed again. The Skeleton Warriors also tried to charge and failed again. So yeah, I'm not having any real luck here. I believe my Spirit Host tried to run up and block the Hell Pit Abomination, and just I could only go 6 inches. I should have charged with it, but I wasn't thinking. So, damn, my Coven Throne's going to get hit by an Abomination next turn, and that's so bad. Other than that, though, my Scouts move 8 inches so they can shoot at the Gutter Runners. My Archers move up so they can try to do something this game, and that's about it. There's a better picture of my kitty and my skeleton warriors failing a charge instead of slaves, and that's really bad. And there's a better picture of my Black Knights slamming into the Doom Rocket guy, and that's okay. During the magic phase, since it worked so great last time, I put Net of Amniok, or whatever it is, on the Storm Vermin again, because it worked out so great last time. And then during the shooting phase, my scouts fire at his gutter runners and kill enough of them to force a panic check and panic them. They end up only running like 3 inches, but hey, they're panicked, they can't shoot next turn, and that's something. Especially considering how many wounds they were able to put off on my kitty like it was nothing. Then over here in combat, the Coven Throne has no problem whatsoever winning this combat, but of course the Skaven Slaves are still steadfast and don't go anywhere. Which is just one more reason I never should have charged Coven Throne into this, but that's completely stupid and my fault, so I take full responsibility. Over here, my Black Knight's Killing Blow, the Warlock Engineer, and then overrun into the Storm Vermin, because I want to see what they've got, I want to see what they can do, and I want some combat, alright? You know, this guy traveled like 3,000 plus 4,000 miles to get here, and I'm not going to play it safe. I'm going to charge in and try to kill as many of his rats as I can, because that's what a good host does. He breaks your toys, damn it. So, without further ado, here's bottom of 3 after movement, and his gutter runners run around the side there to start dealing with my archers. His slaves move in to try to get a better angle at stuff. The one with the Warlock Engineer runs out of the Skaven Slaves with the Brass Orb to line up on the kitty, and that's very smart. And his Abomination finally makes it into my Coven Throne, and that sucks! Also, his Pack Rat Dart thing slams into the flank of my Black Knights, and that sucks too. There's a better picture of his Hell Pit Abomination slamming into my Coven Throne. And there's a better picture of his Pack Rat slamming into the flank of my Black Knights. Oh yes, and his Gutter Runners rallied, by the way, and that they kept facing the Skeleton Wars because that's what they were going to shoot at. During his magic phase, I don't remember what he gets off. I think it's a Scorch, and I think it doesn't do anything. Whatever the spell, or maybe it was like a Warp Lightning. I cannot remember what it was, but bottom line is he gets a spell off, and it doesn't do anything, and he ends up rolling a miscast 5. I don't have a picture of it, but what ends up happening is his Grey Seer is able to save the wound that's done to him because he got like a 4-up ward. But I think six Storm Vermin, 6 or so Storm Vermin die, and my Black Knights take a hit, but they don't get wounded. He rolls a 1. I also think that his warp fire thrower, his team take a wound, but they're able to whatever it is, like shift it over into the unit. So the unit took like 1 extra wound. So I think in the end, like between 6 and 8 storm vermin died, and of course his magic phase ended. So that was something. However, during his shooting phase, he brass orbs the F out of the kitty, and of course I don't make his initiative 1 roll, and kitty dies. And just for the record, I rolled a 6, so even if it had been his strength or his toughness, kitty would have failed and died, so it's sad. However, it's not all fun and games for the Skaven side. One of his warp lightning cannons fires at my oh gosh, I think it's a Coven Throne, or maybe it's the Skeleton Warriors again. I can't remember. But bottom line is he misfires 6. Which, of course, is the best possible misfire he could roll. But, hey, I'd rather him misfire 6 than direct hit at 10, you know? So, this worked out. This over here, however, did not work out for me. My Coven Throne is able to put a handful of wounds onto the Skaven slaves, but it's not enough. I think I flub pretty bad, actually, now that I think about it. I think I do 2 wounds total. And in the end, he is able to combat res my Coven Throne into death. Real death this time, not undeath. And I lose my Coven Throne. But this is my fault. I was lucky that I had the Coven Throne for as long as I did, considering how poorly the Abomination rolled to charge him that last turn. So I just got over eager, and it's my own fault. And this is exactly what should have happened. So it is what it is. At least a lot of slaves died. And he overruns a little bit trying to get into the Black Knights, and I think he ends up going like 5 or 6 inches. So that's where he ends up. Over here in combat, turns out that, yeah, he didn't need my, or he didn't need his help at Abomination getting into my Black Knights at all, because I get my face punched in. He just did so many wounds to this unit at -2 or something like that. -2 or 3. I don't remember. He has a Razor Standard in there, I'm pretty sure. And, yeah, he just rips apart my Black Knights. It was too many wounds for me to save at -2. Hell, at -0 it was too many wounds for me to save. I do get a handful of attacks back, not many. I think like 2 Black Knights survive his beatdown, and of course I do nothing because I just put it after his Warlord because he was still infantry. I was hoping to killing blow him. I don't think I even hit, and I died, and that's what I get for being overeager. I really have to work on that, but damn it, I was having fun. So we go over here to top of 4 after movement, and there is a little bit, not much, because most of my stuff is DRT, you know? My Spirit Host charge into the rear of the Abomination because I figure it's my best chance at breaking it and running it down, maybe, sorta, hopefully. My Skeleton Archers Swift Reform and do it thanks to the General right there, and my Skeleton Warriors, they back up a little bit because now I'm just like, oh, crap. And my 1 remaining unit of scouts run over to try to shoot at the Gutter Runner some more. There's a better picture of my Spirit Host slamming into his Hellpit Abomination, and this is a desperate, you know, play for points. And there's a bit... Oh, I'm sorry. During the magic phase, I'm able to get Net of Amnioc off on the Gutter Runners just to stop them from shooting at me. That was really the hope. And then I'm able to get Invocation off, which was very much needed, and heal some Skeleton Warriors and bring back the Archers, like the 1 or 2 Archers he killed last turn. During the shooting phase, I'm able to shoot and kill 1 more Gutter Runner. Not enough for a panic, but enough to make me feel good. And then in combat over here, I don't do anything to the Abomination, but with charge in the rear, I win by 3. It's stubborn, and it stays because it's stubborn. But yeah, it was a shot in the dark. Why not, right? So we go over here to bottom of 4 after movement, and the rats are scurrying. They all come at me. The slaves over by the Abomination charge into the Spirit Host because he reformed and made it possible. And yeah, everything's just starting to come down on the very few undead left on the table. There's a better picture of the Skaven slaves slamming into the Spirit Host. They're just going to combat res me to death and right on them. During his shooting phase, because nothing really happens in Magic, he's able to shoot his Warp Lightning Cannon into my archers, direct hit, and kill 4. And then, due to a bunch of shooting from the Gunner Runners of amazing, awesome ninja skills, he kills all but 1 Skeleton Archer. Yeah, and yes, he did pass his strength test to kill that. And if you're wondering about the Coven Throne, it just occurred to me. Sorry, I know it's way, way late. We did Battle of Wills every time, and I rolled piss poor every time, and he rolled very well every time, and Beguile as well. But it didn't matter. The one Skaven slave that had to re-roll successful hits didn't hit, so whatever. But yeah, the pew pew was devastating here and killed all but 1 of my archers, and that sucked. And then the Warp Lightning Cannon that hadn't fired yet takes careful aim at my caster, who no longer gets a Lookout Sir, fires, hits its strength 8, and does like 20,000 wounds to this naked and afraid, and now very dead level 1 caster. So it is what it is. During the shooting phase, I don't even remember what does it, but something kills a scout, and that's sad. And then the remaining Gutter Runners fire away and kill all but 1 of my scouts, which is also sad. During the combat phase over here, I'm not able to do anything with the Spirit Host of any real worth. I think he actually makes his armor saves for his slaves because they have shields. I think I do like 1 wound and he makes a save or the parry or whatever it is. But combat res eats my Spirit Host alive. Well, unalive, and they die, and that's sad. So we go over here to top of 5 after movement, and his slaves charge into my skeleton warriors. Can't blame him. My 1 remaining archer, he just runs up to block the storm vermin from charging next turn, and that's all I could do. Oh yeah, my 1 scout runs away from the gutter runners on the right flank there, so that it's a little. At least he has to move in order to shoot at me. There's a better picture of my skeleton warriors slamming into his slaves, and that's just because they were what was offered to me. During the magic phase, I'm able to get Curse of Years off on his Storm Vermin, and I kill a decent amount. I think like 5 or 6 die. And then I'm able to get Van Hel's Dance off on my Skeleton Warriors, which will allow me to reroll my hits, which will be very useful. During combat, not great. I am able to kill some of his slaves, not as much as I would have liked. But my Tomb King takes 2 wounds from slaves. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Oh my god. Vince's slaves are incredible. They're like ninja brutal slaves. These aren't slaves anymore. They just have ratty clothes. They're like elite storm vermin that prefer shields. I don't even know what to say. It's unbelievable how well these slaves are doing against me. So we go over here to bottom of 5 after moon because Vince needs his turn. And his Storm Vermin reform because they can't get past the archer. The gutter runners move towards my scout so they can kill him. And everything else just kind of laughs and giggles. I mean, it moves around a little bit, but it's more so they can get a better show for what's about to happen to the rest of my army. During the magic or shooting phase, during the magic phase, he is able to kill my 1 remaining archer, and that's sad. However, even though he put both of those templates by the spell, he forgot all about it and tried to get some other spells off, and I was able to keep Curse of Years on, and I killed another 5 or 6 Storm Vermin, which was very nice. Then over here, yeah, his scouts are able to just destroy my 1 remaining scout, and that's sad. During the shooting phase, one of his warp fire cannons or warp lightning cannons misfire another 6. Which, while frustrating, is also kind of hilarious because that's 2 misfire 6s in the same game, and it's the only misfire he could roll that was any good. So he's rolling hot and he's rolling cold at the same time. So I guess that's why they call it random. I don't know. It's something else though. And then his other Warp Lightning Cannon has no problem finding center mass and destroying like 10 of my Skeleton Warriors. It's just brutal. We go into combat, and thank Nagash, this combat goes well for me. I kill like 8 of the or the slaves or whatever they are, the ninjas, and win this combat. They are steadfast and they don't go anywhere. And then I reform like this to just give me a smaller frontage, give me some more ranks, and hopefully a little bit more survivability. With that said and done, we go over here to top of 6 after movement, and there's none. Everything I have is dead or in combat. During the magic phase, once again, Vince is trying to stop me from casting things. Invocation, Van Hels. He doesn't want me to heal anything. He doesn't want me to get anything off. But in order to do so, he needs to throw... He does keep a handful of dice to stop Curse of Years. I want to say like 4. And he's not able to roll high enough in order to stop the spell. And I kill all but like 8 Stormver. Because now I need 4s to wound. So it's really something else. And then we go into this combat, and I don't do great, but I do win, and I do believe I have the same amount of ranks as the slaves. So they're not steadfast, and they explode, and they do very little damage. I think maybe a Storm Vermin dies, and a couple of my Skeleton Warriors die. That's really it. And we reform to face like that. So, with nothing else going on there, we go over here to bottom of 6 after movement, and really nothing happens. Everything just swarms around the remaining Skeleton Warriors, and the Hellpit Abomination comes closer so he can get a better view. That's really it. During the magic phase, he has like 8 dice, and he throws 6 of them, or whatever it is. He throws as many dice as he can at stopping Curse of Years, which was unfortunate, but really, really funny. So his magic phase was all about dispelling Curse. And with his shooting phase, this is the amount of damage he does. He weathers about a third of the unit away, but they survive, and that's what's important. And there it is. There's the end of the game, and what a great game. What a brutal game. The Skaven beat the crap out of me. Granted, I did some really stupid things with my Coven Throne and my Black Knights. I got over eager, and I blame myself. But this was still a lot of fun. I'm glad I didn't get tabled, but it was really close. And due to some unfortunate events and some forgetfulness, I almost got his Storm Vermin, which would have been really nice too. But it is what it is. This was a really good game, and we will get to the recap in a minute, because right now, this game is over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Hey guys, you know these tokens, you've seen them 100 times, and you know what? Every time you see them, if you haven't bought them yet, you're just wasting time. Get these tokens. All of the lores of whatever spell you're casting, all the wound counters. You see me use them in every single game, and you've never heard me since I've been using the counters going, I can't remember how many wounds I had, or what spell was on this guy, or whatever. And they're flawless. They're awesome. You're the envy of everyone you play against. Send Token Gal an email. Get these tokens. They're dirt cheap, but they're solid gold quality, guys. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong. A lot of people have already ordered them, and nobody's returned any. Nobody's even asked to return any. All they do is they order more. Get yours. Get them soon. You're wasting time, and these are totally worth it. Tell her Tremendous sent you. Hey guys, I got another great deal for you. Movement trays. We all use them. We all need them. If you're watching this report, you have some or you need some. And do I have the vendor for you? This guy makes solid metal movement trays. I mean, cuts them to your specifications using a galvanized metal. It's not that cheap, thin, weak aluminum. This stuff is sturdy. I'm using them. I used them all throughout this game. Take a look at the pictures. They're all in there. I love these trays. They're metal, so they auto-magnetize, well, provided you put magnets on your guys. And he does them dirt cheap, guys. I'm telling you. He's got an eBay page. There's an email on here. Get a hold of this guy, get yourself some movement trays, and get yourself organized. You're going to be thrilled. You can pay them, you can do everything. These things are awesome. My local game store guy is literally in contact with this guy so that he can become a vendor. That's how high quality these things are. So I'm telling you guys, give this guy an email, check out his eBay page, get yourself some movement trays, and stop playing like a Neanderthal. Tell him Tremendous sent you. You won't regret it. Yeah, that's right. I don't know if you were paying attention or not, but we got a few new pictures. So not only does Unleashed Wargaming paint amazing models for commission and stuff like that, send him an email. He does excellent work, as you've seen from the pictures. Not only does he do all the different Magic lore cards for Warhammer Fantasy, I mean every lore. You want Storms of Magic? Send him an email. You want Lore of Fire? Send him an email. You want every lore that's ever been out in 8th edition? Send him an email. These things are solid. They're laminated. They're on cardstock. They're Photoshop made. They're amazing. And they're good. They're well priced, guys. I'm telling you. And now he's also doing 40K cards, the psychic stuff or whatever. I don't play 40K, but if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with it if you don't get these cards and if you don't have your models painted by them. Just throwing it out there. Just, you may, if you feel guilty, that's because you know you're wrong. But send this guy an email, get your models looking good, get the cards that you need, get your real game going, and tell him Tremendous sent you. You're not going to regret it.
Now you listen here. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Now go away.
But yes, there it is, everybody. He has earned the full set. Granted, the red dice, he had a handicap, but damn it, we treated it as a real game. And he earned his green die. He beat Lord Tremendous. And this makes Vince the first person outside of my gaming club to own a full set of Lord Tremendous dice. That's right. History was made this day. And now you're all a part of it. So congratulations. So yes, as you can see, it was a defeat for Lord Tremendous. And it's amazing to see how well Vince does when he's actually playing at full points, as opposed to a 500-point deficit. So, bravo, Vince, bravo. You should play at full points every game. I'm just throwing it out there. I ended up losing Dark Vincent, Tardum Fune, my dogs, both units of scouts, my archers, my black knights, my kitty, my spirit host, and my casket. He lost 2 engineers, a unit of slaves, a doom wheel, and 1 unit of pack rats or rat packs or whatever the hell they are. I got my butt kicked. And it's as much my fault as it is Vince's. I played way more aggressive than I should have, and I need to learn to restrain myself better. I still have a lot of Chaos General in me, and I really need to work on that. Sending the Coven Throne early was stupid. Sending the Black Knights in early was stupid. Vince did exactly what he should have done, and it was still a really great game. I mean, I really enjoyed it. He seemed to enjoy it. He was smiling a lot. But it was fun. It was really fun. It was going really good in turn 1 when my casket blew up his doom wheel and capitalized on a rat pack. And I really wish I could have grown on that. Unfortunately, I was able to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory, which is kind of my MO. And although I still had a lot of fun, Vince played a lot better than me, and he deserved to win this 100%. This game makes Vince, like I said, the first person to own a full set of Tremendous dice outside of my gaming group. So bravo, Vince. This is actually history. First person in the universe to do it. So, you guys should know that. But, yeah, this was a hell of a game. As you saw, these were a beautiful, beautiful army. All of the models very well painted. A lot of really cool conversions. I hope you guys could see those in these slides. I tried to take close-up pictures. Vince is still a really great opponent. We were starving at this point, so we went and got Wendy's. But Vince plays a game against another guy in my group. I don't have pictures or a battle report against that. I do have some pictures of that army that he played against my buddy, and those will be in the next one. And just a little spoiler, he has 5 war kitties. I have a picture of it. It's as gorgeous as you would think it is. But honestly, I couldn't wait to play him again. I was really looking forward to playing as Bretonnians, and that will be what I play for our third game. And it was such a fun game. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. If you ever get an opportunity to play Vince, like I said in the last video, lie, cheat, steal, kill, go play this guy. It's a great game every time. But that's going to do it for this battle report, guys. Number 227. As always, if you have any comments, concerns, complaints, or questions, I guess, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks.